And let's run this one more time. Alright, so we have our cheeses, our veggies, and sandwiches all in place. Next, we're going to add a list box to the left column, and actually a list box and a text block. Text block will be used to display the total. So let's go up here, right before our tab control. Let's add a new grid. This grid will be right in the first column here. And I want to split this grid into 2 rows. So grid.row definition, row definition 1, and row definition 2. Now we have 2 rows in this grid. Next, I want to actually adjust the height of the first row. I want this to be taller, 9 times taller than the second row, since it's going to be a list box here and text block down below here. Right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and add a list box. Let's get a name. Let's call this LBX order. And close it out. And let's add a text block. Let's get a name. Let's call this TBL total. Makes sense. And let's close this out. Actually, let's set the row number, grid.row, because that's going to be the second row. So it's going to be actually set to 1 right here. Okay, perfect. So that's in place. Now let's go ahead and add a click event handler to our button. So our button is down below here, I believe, right here. So we're going to add a click event handler to this button. Alright, select add new event handler, and let's go to definition. Okay. Alright, so here we are in code behind in the button click event handler. So first thing I want to do, I want to grab the button. Let's call this btn equals sender as button. Okay. Next, so we want to add the item to a list box. Alright, so next I want to say for item equals btn dot data context as sandwich. Let's cast it to a sandwich. And next we want to say listbox order dot items dot add item. Okay. So if we run this, we should be able to add an item to our list box when we click a button, a sandwich button. So let's go ahead and try it. And we're getting the class name. That's good. That means it's working, but we have to fix this. So let's go to our list box and let's create an item template. So let's expand our list box, and then we'll say listbox.item template. And here we need a data template. And let's add, actually, I want to add a grid as a data template, use a grid as a data template because I need 2 columns. So grid And actually I'm going to copy and paste this from here so we don't have to type it again. We have 2 columns here, just need to adjust the width. Okay, so I'm going to remove this size here, the width size. Alright, so we have 2 columns in our grid, and in the first column, well, we will have 2 text blocks. One is going to be inside the first column, and the second one is going to be in the second column. So this one is going to be the text of this text block is going to be bound to the name property of our item, our sandwich. And the second one it's going to be bound to the price. So bound to price. Actually on this one I have to set the grid.column property as well. And this is going to be 1. Okay, let's try this again. Let's run it. So if I go to Sandwiches tab, and when I add, it shows up as tuna $2.99. Got the slight problem here. First of all, we don't want this price to be all the way to the right, and we need to increase the font size. So let's set the font size on the list box. I think that should affect all child elements as well. So font size, let's go with 18. Okay, and to make that second text block go all the way to the right, first we need to set horizontal content alignment to stretch, and then on the second text block I want to set the text alignment to right. Okay, let's try this again. Go to our sandwiches tab and try to add it, and perfect. So we got our sandwiches displayed nicely in our list box. Okay, all right. Next, let's go ahead and take care of our text block to display the total. So we have here the text block. Okay. And actually, let's go to code behind to our button click event handler. And here we are first going to declare a decimal variable up here called total. Let's set this to 0 for now. Since it's a decimal, we need to add that letter M at the end. Next, we're going to come down here and say text block total equals, actually let's do this way. Let's say total plus equals item dot price. Okay, I think that should do it, but let's just wrap this with an if statement just to make sure the list box is not empty. Let's go ahead and add an if statement. Let's say if listbox order dot items dot count greater than 0, which means if it's not empty, then we want to add that, and then we want to set the text block total dot text to total to string. Okay, let's try this out. Let's go ahead and add a sandwich. $2.99, $3.99, and $4.99. Total is $11.97, which is correct. So let's fix the text block. Let's increase the font size and the text alignment. So let's go ahead and change the font size to 24. Let's set the text alignment to right, and let's add a format actually as well. Let's add a currency format to our string, and let's try this out one more time. Alright, so $2.99, $3.99, and $4.99. Total is $11.97, which is all good. Okay, so in the next part we'll do the payment tab. Okay, so until then, I'll see you.